So one concept that's often misunderstood with unit conversions is whether or not square units convert the same as what we call linear units. So as an example, a lot of people will know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters, for example, and you could also say that 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. Now, the thing that isn't true is that 1 square meter is is equal to 100 square centimeters. Okay, that's not true. And it's also the case that 1 square centimeter is not equal to 10 square millimeters. So this initially might seem a little bit confusing because you think, well, 1 meter is 100 centimeters, so surely 1 square meter is 100 square centimeters, but that's not how it works. Okay. Now, these squares show it very well on this website. So essentially what you can do is you can say, well, I've got two squares of the same size, 1 meter by 1 meter. And because we know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters, then we know these squares have the same area. Okay. Now, if you calculate the area of each one, so if we do it for, let's say, this one A and this one B, so the area of A is going to be 1 meter multiplied by 1 meter. 1 times 1 is still 1. Meters times meters gives us meters squared. For shape B, and you can probably already see where this is going, you've got 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters, because again, that's the area of a square. Now this time you've got 100 times 100. So you can do it by doing 1 times 1, which is just 1, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens here is you've now got centimeters times centimeters, so you've got centimeters squared. And because we said at the beginning that these two squares have the same area, we can actually now say that 1 square meter is equal to 10,000 square centimeters. Okay. Now this applies to millimeters as well. So let's say, for example, I decide to add another square in here. So put another one here. Now this time it's going to be the same size, but we're going to do it in millimeters. So we're going to say that this one here is going to be 1,000 millimeters. And then this one's going to be 1,000 millimeters as well. So if we follow the same exercise, so if we just move these up a little bit, all this around, move this up, move this up, you can see that if we do the same thing, let's call it C, 1,000 times, we'll put the units in here, millimeters, times 1,000 millimeters gives us, what's that? 1 million, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see 1 times 1 is the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then again, because we've got millimeters times millimeters, we've got millimeters squared. So you can now then say that 1 meter squared is equal to 1,000,000 millimeters squared. Okay, so these are the square unit conversions here. So 1 square meter is 10,000 centimeters squared, and 1 square meter is 1,000,000 millimeters squared. So I recommend that you do this little exercise if you do need to convert between square units. Now, generally, it's a lot easier to change the units of measurement for the square itself and then work out the area rather than trying to convert between square units because it's just a bit more confusing. So one other thing to think about as well is volume. So let's say we add an extra dimension to these shapes. So if we then make this into a cube, and it's not going to be the prettiest cube I've ever drawn in my life, but let's pretend that that's a cube. So it's going to be the same depth as it is at the moment, wide and tall. So again, you've got another 100 centimeters there. So again, what we can do is we can work out the volume. So let's do A, let's do B. So the volume of A is equal to 1 meter times 1 meter times 1 meter. 1 times 1 times 1 just gives us 1. Again, meters times meters times meters gives us meters cubed. And if we look at the volume of B, we've got 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters, and again times 100 centimeters. So again, 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1. we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we've got centimeters, centimeters, centimeters. So it's going to be centimeters cubed. So then you can say that the conversion is that 1 cubic meter is equal to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 centimeters cubed. Okay, it's not the case that 1 cubic meter is not equal to 100 cubic centimeters. Okay, so this is the common misconception.